Alright, so I was talking to my friend. He sent me a tier list, and I went, well, this is the worst tier list I've ever seen. What is he talking about? And I said, well, you gotta think about it, right? He's talking about, like, best of the best. He's in Celestial right now. He plays with pro teams, and it was, I don't remember his name. I watched a lot of his shorts, but he does the commentating for the pro teams. So, like, he knows what he's talking about. It's about the best of the best. And he said, well, why doesn't anybody make a tier list for that's not that level? Genuinely, everybody who's watching your video isn't going to be able to correctly apply that. And so I figured, you know what? I'll start making these tier list videos again, because why not? Tomorrow, Tuesday, 12 Eastern Time, I'm streaming, so be there or be square. Yeah. But anyways, let's get right into it, because I'm just going to make my own, and this is all opinionated. It's all my opinion. But it is for currently Diamond. Hopefully GM by the end of the season. Alright, let's start for real this time. So with tanks, I think Groot is S. I don't think he's the best tank in the game, right? I'll probably put him A because I want to make it clear that he is the best tank in the game. By far, bar none, best tank in the game. He's kind of worth the ban, but he's also kind of not. Because everything that you'd play to counter Devil Dino is the same thing you'd play to counter Groot. He just kind of stands there, you just shoot him. And especially if you're taking off angles, you just shoot him. And people are getting better at just shooting the tank when the tank requires you to just shoot him. I don't know why people would always just shoot Thing, but never just shoot Groot. The thing that keeps him as like one of the top tanks in the game, in my opinion, is that CC immunity. It's not just CC immunity, it's all effects. Like all effects, nothing works on him. It's so annoying, but it is what it is. Hulk, I think, is right underneath him. He is so annoying to play against. It is just, he's all around you. He kind of never dies, especially if they're playing the right supports to support him. He never dies. He's all around you. He's jumping all around. He doesn't do terrible damage, but he keeps everyone distracted long enough. Thing, I think, is B. I don't think he's awful. He plays better into Dino, and a lot of this is going to be about how they play into or with a Dino. He plays with a Dino really good, and he doesn't play into Dino terribly. I would prefer to have one of them on my team, though, honestly, you know. Because if you're playing with a Dino, if Dino is in your game, they're playing to shut down that Dino, which means Phoenix, Punisher, Moon Knight, Star-Lord, they're all going to be standing there looking at the tanks, and you're going to get shredded just right along with them, unless you're playing like triple support, or if your supports are just heal botting you. Let me go in order. So Emma, I'm putting Emma top of B. Actually, I'm going to put Emma in A, because some of these are going to be lower than what you'd think. She's good. She can just farm Dino for beam. She does so much damage with her beam. Her beam drops off slower. After you get that beam, you don't want to just stare at Dino, because you're never going to do more damage than he negates. You're never going to on Emma, but the diamond form is nice for stopping him. At least you can stop him, you can do more damage to him. In your diamond form, you can probably out damage his bonus health, and you take less damage. She's fine. She's good into Dino. She's pretty good with Dino, especially using her shield to block off tanks. After he's grabbed the tank and taken him back, you can just block off all support and all healing. Pretty insane. I think Rogue is B. I don't think she's any higher than B. And it sucks, because I really like Rogue. All the characters I really like, I'm probably going to put fairly low here. But that just is what it is. She gets shut down by Thing. She gets shut down by Dino sometimes if he goes out of his way to kill her. He gets... actually, not really. It's just a grab, and it's really annoying, and it can kill... most likely will kill you if he grabs you. Groot kind of shuts her down. Emma can shut her down. She's just not really. Mag? I'm putting Mag C tier. I'm not gonna lie. I had that video about is Devil Dinosaur good and how you can counter him, and you just don't play Devil Dinosaur's game. And well, that is fine. That's all fine and dandy, right? If they're playing Emma or they're playing Dino if they're playing Dino Hulk, Dino Emma, Dino Thing, Dino Rogue, you're fucked. Mag can't really do anything about that. Sure, he can stand there and shoot their supports, but then your supports and your DPS are getting fucked up. And if that's if they're not looking at you, which they most likely are looking at you. So there's just not much you can do about it. Strange, I am putting in B tier above Thing. He plays well with the Dino. He plays well against the Dino. He's easy to play. Like, he's easy to play. You can fight Hulk as Strange better than you can on Mag. You can fight Emma as Strange better than you can on Mag. And you can fight Rogue on Strange better than you can on Mag. The only thing you can't do better than Mag is fight the Groot and fight the enemy supports. But if you're playing tank, if you're playing Strange and tank this season specifically, you're just trying to bully their team. That's like your biggest job, to bully their team. Penny's C tier as well. She's fine against the Dino. She's really good with the Dino, I found. Especially in lower rank, she's really good with the Dino because not many people know how to destroy the nest, so I can go and take free off angles since everyone's looking at the Dinosaur. Dinosaur and Penny have the same counters, which means you don't have to think about banning multiple things for your tanks, except Iron Man. Iron Man hard counters Penny, but the other ones you'd think of is Phoenix, Moon Knight, Punisher, people who can just stare at Penny and she dies and she drops instantly. You ban them for your Dino anyways, and then Penny gets to play her own game. If it's domination or defense, the Dino can just force them to walk into the nest, or like you just play back just behind your Dinosaur, and if they want to get to you, they have to go through your nest. Instead of playing at the edge of your nest or playing right next to it, you can now play in your nest, closer to your Dino and not take all that damage. It's actually really nice. She plays against Dino fairly decent. I mean, if you have traps set down, you can one-shot him, right? Technically, you can do a big chunk of damage to him, but he's never going to die from it. If he gets you into a 1v1, you're going to lose almost 9 times out of 10, even if you have a little bit of setup. Unless you set up like 6 to 8 mines, you're not doing it. If you only have the 3 out that you would have for... because when you play Penny, you pretty much only play 3 mines. That way you can get stacks of 3 faster, because 3 mines will kill nearly every character that I haven't listed, and severely wound every tank but Devil Dinosaur. And even then, 300 damage to an 800 character, actually, you know what, that isn't really a severe wound to him. He's a dinosaur. So you're losing your ones to the Dino, but at least you can be annoying with the stun. I don't think she's terrible. I might place her... I'm not placing her above Mag, but I'm placing her above Angela. You can't move Thing, you can't move Groot, you can't move Dino, you can't move Emma. If Emma wants to, Emma hard counters you too. You can move Hulk, but it's not really going to be useful. You can't move Thing, and Thing hard counters you. Like, there's just so much in this game that you can't do on Angela anymore. And so even when I play Angela, and I don't play Angela a lot, I can't make anything happen. I think Thor is right there. One of these two. Because he's really good against everyone else that you would play. Minus these two, he's good against everything here. He's even good against the Hulk. I'm probably going to put him there. But he doesn't play with the Dino well, at least in my ranks, what I've seen, what I've played with and played against. He doesn't seem to work with the Dino well, and you definitely can't play against the Dino. If you play Thor, you play against the rest of the team, and you ignore the Dinosaur, and you hope that it's enough, right? This is going to be tank pool for now. I think he is C tier, right there, above Angela, because I think Angela is really bad this season. And it's just... he's really annoying to play into, like how a Penny who all they do is bunker down and they don't take any off angles, they don't like throw mines in the back, they just put all their mines on the point, all in webs so you can't see them, and they just bunker down and try and spread it out as much as possible. How that's annoying, and the constant 3-second stun is annoying. He's annoying. But he's really not that good. He's a good distraction, but he's just not that good of a... yeah, it is what it is. I think Venom... in my opinion, Venom's really good. I'm putting Venom next to Hulk. I don't know why Cap is S tier on other people's things. I haven't seen Cap played very well or played good. And maybe that's just because all the good Caps are like celestial and out of my hair. They're already celestial. Like, I'm not at my peak yet, and they're already above my peak. But that could be it. I think Venom is just better Cap. He does more damage. He has better swing in and out. He has a second health bar. Sure, he doesn't have a shield though, but he has the second health bar. In most ranks, Venom is going to be better than Cap. That being said, Cap, and I know I had to go find him. I'm putting him here, probably just above Penny. He has a third support ultimate. He barely does any damage unless you're the GOAT. I haven't been able to... I have like... I think it's 10 hours on Cap. I was working on getting him lowered until I thought he got butchered. We were just talking like last half season when they removed his animation cancel, how he was butchered and he was bad and nobody should ever play him again. And suddenly all we're talking about is playing him again. Oh, he's so good this season. He wasn't changed. So I don't know what changed to make him better. I haven't seen him in any of my games. When I do see him, I shut him down so fast, either on Thing, on Penny. I shut him down on... Hell, I've shut him down on Magneto and Strange. I've shut him down on a Rogue. I don't see the value in it. But that's just me. Black Cat for DPS. You know what? I'm going to roll the YouTube intro in between every single thing because I think it's funny. Not because it provides any value, but I think it's funny. And when you see it the fourth time, laugh. So roll clip. Alright, so Black Panther. Black Cat. I think Black Cat's A tier. When you run into a good Black Cat, really, really good. They almost never use any of their util besides the invisibility, sometimes the grounding, and their base util, but really good. The ultimate is really annoying because I can never figure out where she is. She's always on someone else. She's just really good. Now, could also be a throw pick if you're bad. If you were good, I think she's A tier. I think she's one of the best dives you can play in the game. I think Daredevil's easier. He's easier. He's more forgiving. He's got that, especially, I've always talked about it, his bonus health generation that is uncapped, his combos that are uncapped because they work on the Fury, his Fury system, his block that reflects every source of damage ever except Devil Dinosaur, and not because it doesn't reflect Devil Dinosaur, but because the hitboxes are so big that it's hitting him from behind. It would reflect Devil Dinosaur if not for that. So it reflects everything in the game. He's just way more forgiving, he's way easier, and therefore you can get more values, especially in ranks that I'm in. I see Daredevil way more than I see Black Cat. We ban Daredevil way more than we ban Black Cat because it's like a early season Black Panther when everyone was banning Black Panther, because you're more likely to see a Black Panther than you were to see any of the other better divers. And even if you saw one of those other better divers, they probably weren't very good or good enough to do the stuff that makes you scared of them. Mr. Fantastic, I think, is C tier. I don't think he does anything better than anything else. All the tanks do the tank and sustain better than he does. All of the DPS do the DPSing better than he does. I mean, his buffs were good, but they weren't enough. If they're going to make him a tank hybrid, make him a tank hybrid and make him good at something, or make him a DPS. I think they have to choose which one they want to do, because right now he does not really fit in. I think Phoenix is S tier. I think Bucky goes there, he goes there, and he goes there. All for the same reason. Against the Dino, against Hulk, against Groot, against Strange, against Thing, you just shoot the tanks. You shoot them so fast, you get so much damage, you get so much ult charge, they can't keep up. The enemy team just can't keep up. And so you just shred them completely. This is the best melee character in the game. I have a video on it. His shotgun is stupid. It outranges every melee attack in the game and does more damage than every melee attack in the game. If you get any, like you playing with Dino, you can shotgun while on the dino. You can get off the dino, stand in his shield, and shotgun, and there is nothing they can do about it but kill you. But if you're standing next to your dino, almost every support, and I'm going to show you who I think the better supports are going to beat you up. He does that really well, except he has his disruption back and faster, and he slows you down. And just what are you going to do about it, you know? Torch, I don't think he's unplayable. Right. There's people that I think are worse. I'm going to put them where I think they are. But he's either going to be bad or good, and I don't think they're going to find a good balance with him. It's just how it is. Black Panther, I think, is D tier. Same with Hawkeye. If you run into a good one, they can be a problem. But most of the time, they're just not that big of a deal. They can be a little insufferable if you find a good one, but they're just not that big of a deal most times. For him, you just play Thing. For him, you just play anything here. Punisher outdoes him in a 1v1, especially if he gets close. Daredevil definitely does. All of the dive tanks completely mess him up. Like, it just is what it is. DPS pool, I'm not going to move it because I think tanks are better than DPS and better than supports. They're the best role in the game. DPS pool is probably B tier. At least he's better than tank pool, though. He has a higher skill floor and a lower skill ceiling, but I think overall he's better. Actually, I think all of them are C tier. They're all going C tier. All three. Because they're all really annoying to play against. They're all not bad, but I don't think they're very good. I'd put Squirrel Girl in C tier above Fantastic. I hate this character so much. I honestly might put her B tier because we're talking about our ranks, like Diamond. To say I can't play DPS is a false statement because you can play this character. You're doing more damage than Mr. Fantastic, you're doing it more consistently because of no regs, and you don't have to aim. And you can stun lock characters, especially characters that will be in your backline, and considering this is Brawl, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 big characters, big beefy hitboxes that you can stun lock. Hit them, stun lock them, and you just boom, 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 hitting a moving target, not a target that's standing still. It's not hard. They bounce around, so sometimes you'll miss it. You'll miss your stun, and it will still hit somebody, and they will die for it. That's happened to me. They missed their target, bounced out of a wall, hit me as I'm playing Strange from behind, stunned me, and I died for it. And I went, what the hell? It was stupid. It is stupid, and I don't like it. I think Namor's A tier. There we go. His squids are really strong. There's that one tech where you can throw both tridents at once. I've only been able to recreate it once. I think it might be an exploit, or it's just really hard to do. But that's really strong. I think Namor in general is really strong. 2 squids and a headshot is crazy damage, especially plus the squids damage. 2 squids and a headshot on the right click is even better, and then he just refreshes his squids with hitting every shot. Hitting headshots is even faster. If you can hit your shots, or if you can just hit body shots in general, Namor is really good. Just hit them with the right click when you want someone to explode, and then they explode. Wanda, I think, is C. Even how I say Mr. Fantastic doesn't do anything really well, Wanda doesn't do anything better than they do. And if you want no skill who can stop dive, Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl can do it too. Squirrel Girl does that and probably does it better, in my opinion, because of the stuns. And the stuns are better than Wanda's stuns. Iron Fist, I think, is high B, low A, because he's like pseudo Brawl. If he was a full Brawl, you could play with the dinosaur and do really well, but he doesn't kind of benefit. He really doesn't seem to benefit in that scenario, and you have to dive the backline, and so he does get countered, and people are more willing to counter dive than they are to counter Brawl, it seems. So I do think he gets a little points off because he's pseudo dive, but he is still really good this season. I think Storm is C. I think a C is a little harsh because I want to put Iron Man C. They just kind of don't do anything. They stand there. If you're countering the Dino, you've already got the characters to counter these two. Their movement, they don't have much movement. He's got a clunky hitbox. His best thing to do right now that I've seen is 1, hard counter Penny. 2, you can stand next to your Dino and hold right click and everything melts. And if you can stand next to your Dino and get enough healing from standing next to your Dino and enough protection from his bubble, then there's not much you really need to do. Overdrive increases your ammo, not your ammo, your damage, and you get to use it longer. So kind of a win-win. Wolverine, I think, is pretty good. He can brawl. He can mess up a lot of the tanks that are good. Like when people are like, oh, we need a main tank. Because in lower ranks, people say, I need this tank. Like, I end up playing Strange a lot. Even when I'm in a comp, I'm like, I don't think I can play Strange into this. I just end up having to do it and I would be doing better numbers on a different tank, but my team needed me to play this because they weren't able to function otherwise. And so he messes up another, like, that huge facet. This Star-Lord, that Star-Lord buff made him really, really good. People say Moon Knight's OP. I don't think he's that OP. I just think he's super annoying. He's really annoying, dude. He's susceptible to dive, but come on. He's just disgusting to play against. Like, I'd rather play against a Squirrel Girl, but I'm not that hasty. But Star-Lord with that extra 10 bullets, I had the Star-Lord with no thrusters video. I got ace multiple times. I got MVP. It was just, you just shoot. He does a lot of damage. His drop-off isn't that crazy. He is better on off angles, but if you're playing against a Groot or a Hulk or a Dino, you kind of just melt them. Or a Thing, you can melt the Thing. You can't melt Emma, can't melt Strange, you can't melt Rogue because she moves around too much. But Hulk, Thing, Dino, Venom, you just kind of shut them down because you can stand there and unload 50 bullets into them, and even if a third of them are headshots, they have to get out of there, right? Or they just have to be healed and pumped heals into constantly. I think Hela's good, but not as good as Namor, not as good as Phoenix, because after the Phoenix changes, why would you ever play Hela? Phoenix does almost the same damage. And she has the sparks, and she has better movement, and she has a second movement that's also better, and she has a better CC. Like, why would you ever play anything? And she has a better ult. So why would you play anything that is Phoenix? Why would you play Hela when you could play Phoenix? I just don't think she's as good. But I don't think she's I don't think she's bad, right? I just don't think she's as good, and so play something else, right? Elsa, really annoying to play against. I'm putting her here. Constant pressure. She can zone you out. She has CC for some reason. Multiple CCs. The Glogtrox is really annoying as well. But I don't think she has the oomph to make her put her up here. I think Psylocke is up here though. Crazy. I'm probably going to put above Daredevil. Because actually, I don't think she's as forgiving as Daredevil, especially in the aim department, but she is easier to understand because the combos aren't as hard. You don't need to do combos as easily. She refreshes her cooldowns faster just by shooting anything. She's really good. She messes up a lot of poke heroes who just stand there, messes up a lot of the supports. So, yeah. Widow's a throw pick. You don't even need me to tell you that. Blade, I think, is B tier. I think he's B tier this season, and here's why. Just because the meta has shifted. He's always been better at the brawling, specifically 1v1s, but they've changed his, so he gets more healing from his supports and more healing from his vampire form, and the extra is converted into bonus health. Because of all those changes, I think he does perform very well this season, because Brawl's in, and so his brawling form is just being buffed and buffed and buffed, trying to make him good. They hardly ever touch a shotgun, and now I think he's good. He's playable. He's not, like, good, but he's playable. Spider-Man, I do not tremble in fear. I know theoretically he's the best, but again, this is not theoretically. This is from my experience in my games this season. He's just not. He's just not it. Like, he should be the best theoretically, but he's not. He hardly ever does anything. Nobody ever gets the combos correctly, because if you're in Eternity Spider-Man and you're in Diamond right now, you're not playing S tier Spider-Man. You're playing essentially a different character, which is something I really love about Spider-Man, by the way, because he has an infinitely high skill ceiling. He's just that guy. You can be really bad on him. No matter how many hours you have on him, the skill ceiling is different for everybody, what you can and cannot do. Magic is better, though. Brawl's better, pokes better, weaves in and out better, can stay in the fight longer instead of short bursts, can just be in there longer, and in long sustained brawls, you're going to want magic. I don't think magic is better than Star-Lord, but I'll put it above Moon Knight. And then for supports. Gambit is obviously S tier. Jeff, I think, is S tier because he just goes front to back. He's constantly hitting everybody on the team. He's healing everybody on your team, hitting everybody on their team in long, fought-out brawls. That's exactly what you want. Adam is C tier. He's playable. He's just... Why would you ever play him? Mantis is B tier. I would put her S, but they changed her damage boost. And I don't think it deserves it anymore. I'm also throwing Luna in there. I'm throwing Invis S tier. And Luna is A tier because of the sheer amount of damage she can do. In a brawl environment, their supports need to defend against themselves. And she can bam, 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 kill them super easily. As much as I am not a fan of the amount of damage boosts and damage buffs Luna Snow has gotten, you know, it's pretty. She holds her own in the brawls if you can aim. If you can aim. Invisible Woman, high damage, damages and heals at the same time. Good utility, lots of good utility. Probably the second best ultimate in the game, right behind Gambit's. So, like, there's nothing to really complain about. I think Ultron is better than Jeff. Because both of these guys, realistically, you want to play in third. You never see Jeff played in third. Almost never. I've seen it once or twice. But typically they play Jeff in second. They play two supports with Jeff, which you probably shouldn't do, in my opinion. But who am I? Right, who am I? But he's just better. He does more damage. He does more healing. He gives damage boost. He gives shields. He does more damage. Did I say that? His ultimate does a lot of damage and a lot of healing, so you can do whatever you need with it. It's more versatile. It's easier to use than Jeff's. You're going to be more consistent with an Ultron ult than with a Jeff ult. He's just better in every category. But for the same reason why Jeff is good, he is good. Rocket, I think, it goes right there. Exactly the same thing as Luna Snow, except can heal the entire team at once without using a cooldown. Just always there, and has a revive beacon. The revive beacon I've never counted super high before, but I do think it's very good. I think White Fox is S tier. I think these are the top three main supports for your main healing right here, because really good Invis-Real, and then really good against and with Brawl, and you'll never guess what's in season this time. It's Brawl that's in season. So she hasn't changed too much. The changes weren't bad, actually. It was kind of buffs and nerfs to certain things, because I like the change that they made to her Brawl form, where it's more AoE healing, but less burst whenever you hit a target. I think that was fine. I think a lot of her changes were okay. I think Loki is there. He gets banned a lot in my games. I know he's theoretically better. I have never seen him do well. Whenever I see him, you either play Moon Knight or you play Phoenix, or you just play anything and you force the rooms out early and then he doesn't have them. They're the most important cooldown in the game, and in my lobbies they come out super early. So I don't think he's good. I don't think there's a single bad healer other than Adam. He just kind of, he's suffering this season. Because Cloak and Dagger I am putting just above Rocket. Doesn't defend herself as well as these guys. Doesn't have the burst healing that these guys have. Because these guys burst faster than these guys down here. Defends herself fine. Her saving grace is her utility. The 2 blinds or the 2 heals, the bubble, the fade, and the ultimate. Having all of that really saves her. I might even put her up because I see her more often. I win more games when I have one, especially in my ranks. I know she's super easy to play, and that's kind of why we see more of them, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. So yeah, that's about it. Take a picture. It'll last longer. If you are here at the end, I hope I scared you. Go back and listen to my reasonings for other characters, and then tell me why I'm stupid. Tell me why I'm stupid. And then I'll probably agree with you, you know what? I tend to agree with people more often than I don't. But that's about it. I'll see you.